So guys, I'll show you a couple of gun builds real quick. So sniper, of course, got to run my pay to win blue SE heat source 800. It's not pay to win. It's just I like it better than the green one. Yeah, or than the black. That purple shit. Tuning, go 0.1294. No, I don't do that shit. If you want the advantage in a certain ability, skill, whatever, something in the category, max that out. Right? Don't play around and be like, oh, I do 1.56. No, I want all the aim down sight speed I can get out of this scope because it's the only thing worth getting out of it right now. I mean, flinch resistance, that's cool and all when you're getting lit up by an AR, but the ADS speed is a little more important most of the time. Right. Same build for basically any sniper. There are a couple variations with different guns. Like some of them do not have the smooth bolt for the faster reach aim range speed, which lets you get your rounds off quicker. Okay, that's an important thing to have when you can have it. You know, it's not on the Signal 50. Can't think of any other ones that don't have it. The Imperium has it. I think the Big has it. And for the Signal 50, it has the underbarrels that are not the bipod. So you can add like the Phase 3 or the F-Tac Ripper, or I forget what it is. Now for barrel, always go with the longest barrel for the most damage and velocity. Recoil control, don't care about. The fire accuracy, don't really care about, but it increases damage range and velocity. And then you also want to max that out here. Aim walking speed, I don't see a reason to have that at all on a sniper rifle, unless I'm just totally misunderstanding what it means. All right, which maybe I am. Maybe that's more. See, if that's more like the movement speed, like your base movement speed while you're carrying it, then maybe I'll care more about it and then take the recoil steadiness out, because recoil steadiness doesn't really matter. All right. Yeah, always take the longest barrel. It's pretty much the one's gonna have the best stats for you for a sniper. I like my weapons to do their jobs and do them well. So I maximize range and accuracy and velocity in my snipers wherever I can. I do like a muzzle though. So for the muzzle, F-Tac Reaper, sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, recoil smoothness. This maxed out the aim down sight speed and the bullet velocity. I could flip the bullet velocity for aiming at a stability, which I think I'm gonna do that now. velocity rounds. %90 of the time, high velocity rounds are going to be the way to go. Bullets are faster and they don't drop as much over distance. I do play on some maps like Ashika Island. Sometimes I'll run explosive rounds because Ashika's a small map, so you don't have to worry about the bullet drop. But if you're going to be on Al Mazrah, you definitely want the high velocity. Okay, I've been on Observatory with explosive rounds, shooting down at LTV with a turret that was like on the road, the freeway, or whatever. There was a hunt squad. And explosive rounds are like, it seems like it takes forever for them to travel. Like it feels like a full 2 to 3 seconds, even if it's a second and a half. It feels like forever for a bullet to get to anything that's at a range of 300-400 or more meters. So high velocity for the win. Tuning, damage range, velocity, every time. I don't know why they even offer recoil smoothness or steadiness on a sniper rifle, period. One of the good things about the MCPR is you don't have to worry about the want of a bigger magazine, because 10 round clip you pretty much keep eyes on for longer than you need to in one spot. Alright, so that is the base sniper build. I do swap this out for a longer range scope for Al Mazrah sometimes, because 8.7 magnification is not good for 300 meter shots. Okay. Alright, so now ARs. My favorite ARs. We'll start at the beginning here. I do not use anything on this page very often. Sometimes I'll run a TAC 56. When I do, it's based off, I think the seance is, yeah. I start off with the seance and then build it the way I want. This is it's a solid all-around gun. I do not run optics on my ARs. I would rather have other attachments. Maybe I should throw something on there for Al Mazrah, like for a long time I ran the Hawthorne because some other people were running the Hawthorne all the time. You can use any of these. The MW2 is pretty popular. Doesn't have a lot of downsides, just gives you a red dot and slightly less ADS, which is fine. Okay, but in speaking, I don't run objects. And I don't run silencers on these because the difference between one of these compensators, that's what I'm looking for, a recoil compensating tip, whatever, muzzle, instead of a silencer, is tremendous. You need as much recoil control as you can get in your AR so you can hit your shots. Okay, that trumps everything. Now, if they switch it to seen something, I think it's an MW2 where if you don't have a silencer, then your gunfire shows up as a red dot on the map. Okay, then I would run a silencer. And if I was gonna run a silencer on one of these, I would run the Harbinger. Yeah, the Harbinger. I've used this mono on some builds. Looks a little different, but it has a lot of recoil control. And that's what I look at in these. The silent fire, also good, but it loses some of the advantages. Like the Harbinger has more range, velocity and damage range to go with the recoil and the sound suppression. Silent fire does not have the damage range, so Harbinger puts out more damage, which is what you want. Right. Echo is kind of cool. Doesn't have as much recoil control, but has a little bit more handling, so it's an alternative. But alright, now as far as compensator goes, Castle Comp and the second tread. So F-Tac, Castle Comp, and the second tread 40. Those are my go-tos. Looks like the Havoc's right there with them. Right. I've tested them in the range, so the second tread and the Castle Comp provide the best grouping. And then recoil control, recoil stabilization maxes out. Alright. F-Tap brake for 56, recoil stabilization, aiming out stability. Max those out. I run AP rounds on this one. A lot of times I'll run high velocity rounds on most my ARs. Right. Ammo tuning for recoil. Yeah. Alright, so. Alright. One clip, all 3 targets. Alright, doesn't get much better than that. 60 round mag. Combat grip for recoil control, of course. Alright. Then for this, sprint fire speed and recoil steadiness. Alright. That aiming out stability. I don't see the need for that on an AR. I mean, you're not sitting there waiting to fire generally. Usually you're pretty hands-on. You pull up and you're firing immediately. You're not wasting seconds aiming like you could be with a sniper. Alright, so kind of the same build for any gun. I know 7.62 is popular. It hits pretty good. Same thing. Oh, I do need to change the skin though. That skin absolutely looks cool, but having a gun that glows in the dark is not always in your best interest. Okay. High velocity rounds, damage range, full velocity, attack over 56, recoil stabilization, and then left in the middle of the road there. Second trade 40, recoil stabilization, recoil control, of course. Grip for flinch resistance. Not sure why I want to put resistance on that one when I built this. We're going to go flip that to recoil control. And of course I want recoil steadiness. And sprint to fire speed. Alright. And we got a 40 round clip in this. Now take down all three. Alright. So that'd be that. Don't really use any of these. The 545 was popular for a little bit. I always use blueprints with 15-minute cooldown slots. Okay. This I was using during the Halloween event. So I've got the holotherm on it, and this lovely gun glows in the dark. I also had just unlocked that, I think. So. I'm going to take that off and probably go with the grip. Cool. Recoil steadiness. Sprint to fire speed. Alright. It's also nice because it's got the 60 round mag, high velocity rounds. Mix those out for appropriate things, and then of course second trade 40. Alright. I have a build for the M13B, but don't use it. So this is Fixate's build. This is his build flipped to a drill charge under barrel. That is Al Clapton's build. And like I said, I don't use it because I don't have 15-minute cooldown on it. This is my no recoil build. Alright, 60 round mag, attack rip 56, max of stabilization and house stability, second tread 40, max out the recoil, stabilization, and control. 13C factory barrel. Max out the recoil, steadiness, and damage range. Got an aim off V4 on it. I'm not gonna mess with this one because I don't use too much. But alright. Headshots, for sure. But you can see I'm talking about this thing is beastly. And the way I was shown to, check your recoil stabilization stuff is to stand right up against the door. Right, stand up against the door. That's how you check. Personally, I like to stand back a little bit further. Like, no, I can't ping it. Okay. So from 60 bullets from roughly doorknob level. I don't know exactly where I am. You guys can let me know in the comments. That's hip fire. Spray and spray, hip fire. Alright. So at that range, I don't need to aim at somebody. Like in a staircase, I'm gonna flood that staircase with my bullets and probably win the fight. At least the first half of it. You can always Enter TMB, crowd favorite. And this is absolutely, I don't want to say the best, but the best build that I could come up with at the time. Okay. And I could probably drop the optic and pick up a recoil control stock or grip. Okay, but you saw how under control the aim down sight bullets were. Okay, 0 recoil when you're aiming down sights, which is why it's called no recoil. Alright, hemlock. I've gone back to this, just testing it out on Chica. Because the Hemlock does do a lot of damage. It's not going to win every fight with flares, though. Especially at close range. Okay? Doesn't have the fire rate that some of the other guns have. But it hits hard. And it hits its shots. Also, only 45 round bag. Run high velocity. High velocity rounds also help you hit your shots. Hip control, hip accuracy, which is why I put the pineapple on there. Second tread 40, max out the recoil, stabilization on both. Barrel, Fielder T50, recoil steadiness, and then I didn't touch the slider for ADS or damage range because they're both kind of equally important to me on this build. So I didn't touch them. All right, and that is, that's 5 attachments. All right. So part of that was me. It was wavy, but I corrected him the wrong. Right, so second clip, I mowed all 3 down. Alright, so this gun still gets the job done, even though, you know, it got nerfed in season 6 or something. Alright. Still is an awesome gun. Tempest Razorback. I don't use this as much either because I don't have a 15-minute cooldown on it. But this is the build. ERG X1, the rear grip, for the recoil control. Right, 60 round mag, high velocity, damage range, bullet velocity maxed out. Pineapple. Pineapple is kind of the go-to for an underbarrel hip fire attachment. Second tread 40. Also a go-to for a recoil compensator for the muzzle. Right. Now this, I forgot to look, but it's got a really good fire rate, and its stock comes with this little tiny optic thing, so it comes in handy. Overcorrected. It's accurate at long range. Okay. Oh, and I forgot on the last ticket also. When you can hip fire with grouping like that, I mean, don't even have to aim down sight and you can take down target. Okay. Now, aim down sight. Up and to the right. Every time. So you gotta pull it down to the left a little bit. And if you do that, It is what it is. Okay. But like I said, I don't use that much because I have better options that are. This has the highest fire rate. Right? This is a faster fire rate. Okay. And again, iron sights. 435 FR 435 for the barrel, which gives you recoil control, hip recoil control, build blasting. Right. And it shows this one over the longer one for, as you see, the stats for the recoil control. Okay. Recoil control over everything for your AR. If you're gonna hold the trigger down and shoot a stuff, you want to hit what you're shooting at. Alright, you don't want to have to correct from your 10th bullet hitting the sun or the moon instead of your target. Okay, Attack Reaper 56, that is the go-to for an underbarrel. Alright, best in class. Recoil stabilization, max that out. Alright. If you want to mess with the walking speed or idle stability, you can do that as you please, but I don't see a need for it on this. Okay. So that is that. Anytime one clip can take down 100 targets, run a full auto, of course. You know, if you're doing semi-auto and plucking away at it, you could do it with less, but that's pretty good. All right. This is not my absolute favorite gun, but it's up there. Okay. I do not use the 13B build because it's a pain in the butt, but typically I run the Geist, the Advancer, the Hemlock, what's the other one? Sinister. This is the build that Sinister FPS used. As you see, this has a little more range because it's got the optic. Okay, I have more accuracy. Gives a little more damage too. All right, because it's got the longer barrel. But what I use is second Trap 40, F-Tag Reaper 56, high velocity rounds, 45 round mag, and a grip for recoil control. No surprise there. Okay. I tried to make this gun as beautiful as I could, and that was the best I could do on short notice. Okay. I messed that up. That actually took a player down at that range while they were running. And they were, of course, cresting a hill or ended up behind a rock or whatever, so I had to run after them to try to finish them. Okay. At a range far enough to back up and get his gun before I got to him crossing the open field and I got blown down. So, blessing and a curse to have a gun. So you can just mow somebody down at range that's running. He probably thought I was cheating until he took me out. For real. Yeah, always max out your recoil control. Alright, we'll go through an SMG real quick. Alright, most popular SMG in the world right now, the Bass B. Okay, super high fire rate, good damage, decent range, lots of accuracy. Alright. And this is the build. Alright. 50 round drum. Yes, it's worth it. Alright. High velocity rounds, damage range, bullet velocity, max those out. Alright, throw the pineapple on there. Hip control, hip accuracy. Hey, look, it's our friend the F-TAC Castle Comp. Recoil stabilization, recoil control. Grip 4, recoil control. Amazing. Alright. So, same premise for me for the SMGs. Max that recoil control out. Okay. This probably will not take down the far target. What was this? 50 round drum? 10 bullets took down the first target. Okay. Took all of them to do the rest. Alright. Let's see if even with 50 rounds. Alright, so. I was not doing that. Okay. I'll start where those bullets are. Right on this dot. You are in a stairwell. Stairwell, hallway. You can get away with not aiming. Say first few seconds, but how long does it take to empty a clip? 4 seconds. About 10 rounds per second. So, those are the gun builds. And this is kind of how I usually keep my slots. Because when you have a medium or large backpack, go in, full send. All right, this is it. All right, because for me, I like sniping. I always want to have a sniper on me. I don't always, but I try to. But for your primary, for an SMG or an AR, it's good to have both. I'll run the AR as my primary because SMG rounds are a lot less common for for picking up off of bots or even players. I mean, you're far more likely to run out of ammo if you're running an SMG than an AR. Which means you're going to either have to buy or carry more ammo boxes, hit ammo stashes more frequently. And by more frequently, I mean every single fight. Like you get two little bot squads of, bots that are plated, the tier 3 bots or tier 2 bots or whatever they're called, the ones that have the armor. Okay. You get one or two squads of those, you will absolutely run out of ammo in your SMG, and they won't drop any because they're all carrying ARs. Okay, so has the advantages. The SMG, especially the BSP, if you're inside of 5, 10, 20 meters, I'll have to look up the thing on the exact time to kill, but they are much faster time to kill than an AR. So they are preferable in a short range gun battle. Like if you run around the corner with a BSP on someone with a Geist, you're gonna win the fight. If you both hit the trigger at the same time, BSP is gonna win the fight. 9 times out of 10. I mean, if you miss your shots or whatever, then it happens. But all right, so those are the builds. Go back to the screen. And for Contraband, I try to pick up things that I like, things that I use, of course. Jokers, javelins, what you want to call them. I call them jokers because I didn't play the last 10 or 20 COD games before this one, so I call them jokers because that's what they are in this game. I don't know if there's something different in MW3. I've pre-ordered MW3, but DMZ is way more fun than any other game mode that's out there right now on both MW2 and MW3, in my opinion. DMZ is just by far my favorite. Broadsides, I pick up people's fire shotguns when I kill them. I don't really use them very much. I despise them so much that I don't like using them, and you have to be at such a close range. And then, you're yanking away at the trigger, and all you see is fire. You can't even see the target after the first couple of shots. So it kind of, I just don't like them. M13Bs, I love picking those up off players. I'm kind of surprised I have an M4 in here. When I run out of contraband guns, I usually go back in with something that I ground looted, like an M4 or a Type 56. Bell 46s are pretty commonly found maxed out right now. So that is the best way to build these three types of guns, in my opinion. If you want to run optics on your SMG or your AR, that's fine. That's up to you. You just have to give up something else that I wasn't willing to give up because I wanted to maximize the things I want to maximize. And having a red dot sight that really does nothing but a visual effect doesn't really matter to me. Alright. So, thanks guys. Hope you enjoy these. Test them out. Let me know your thoughts. And of course, like and share the video because I'm just getting started. I don't have any followers. So, I'm also not the 20 kill in a game kind of guy. That just is not on my spectrum. Alright. I'm a PS5 controller player. I cannot compete with computer players, and especially not the ones that are running hacks, which is pretty prevalent, regardless of all the anti-cheat things that they're doing. And I saw one guy on top of high rise, and he killed me and picked me up. He was jumping around on the air next to the building. Like, I don't remember which Mario game that was when Game Genie came out back in the day, where you could just jump and jump and jump. Like, you jump and then you jump from the air to jump higher. You just jump up as high as you want. You just keep jumping. This guy was jumping around like that. Okay, in DMZ. So I haven't seen that since then. I know they've been banning players and running the anti-cheat things, but it doesn't catch everybody. I clearly see people running map hacks or walls or whatever still. When they can wipe the map and never use a UAV, then you know something's going on. Right? There's no way they should be able to find every single player on the map, even when they're stealthed. Like, I don't know. Alright. Thanks, guys. Catch you in the next ones.